I never do a move that I regret because of pressure. If I make a mistake, if it's because I don't know, not because I feel the pressure or it's too much money or whatever. This type of things, I think I'm pretty good at it. Like the thing is, I'm so competitive, so I love the high pressure moments.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
If I
the more pressure it is, the more you like it, almost, right?
Yeah.
Welcome to a new episode of the Swedest Deal. This time I'm talking to Adrián Mateos from Spain, now living in London. We met him in November when we were at the EPT London, but this is a little bit longer talk, the Swedest Deal style. This episode is powered by our partners at Every Game Poker and Juicy Stakes Poker. And if you like what you see, please hit that subscribe button for some announcements and don't miss out on any of the episodes. Please enjoy. So it's time for another chat on the Swedest Deal. This time I'm talking to Adrián Mateos. Adrián, how are you?
Hello, how are you? All right.
Yeah, where are you now?
I'm in London right now, but tomorrow I go to Paris to play EPT.
Yeah, we have a great event coming up. You and I, we have seen each other many years ago, but we met in London. So have you been looking forward to this EPT Paris now?
Yes, of course. It's like the first big tournament in Paris. So during many years I was looking for this tournament, but for some problem with regulation and stuff, they are not able to do this type of big stops. And now is the first time, so I really want to go.
Yeah. Are you? What are you planning to play there? Because it's a big schedule and a lot of tournaments. Have you made a schedule for yourself, or are you going to be flexible?
Yeah, like always, I will play the biggest binds there, and I think the smallest will be the 5K main, and the biggest is the 50K high roller. So that's like high rollers, like 10 days of plenty of nice and big tournaments. So I'm really excited. And also, it's like Paris is like the city where Winamax have the office and stuff. So I will go visit them and see the people who were there and everything. So I'm pretty excited for that too.
Yeah, Winamax is I mean, they have been around for so long, and quite a few of the names in your team has been around for many years. Tell me a little bit, how did you end up in the Winamax team?
They contact me like I don't know, already 7 years ago, 6-7 years ago, about they want me to be ambassador for the site, and we reached a deal. I think the company is really big and have like worked really well, and since then I didn't have any problem with them, and we work really nice together. I think they understand me and I understand his point of view and how they want to work. So I think we were nice together.
Yeah, from I mean, I know Leo pretty well, and Davide, of course, and met Mustafa many times, and Gae. Are there any specific team members or that you are closer to?
Yeah, all of them. Like we have a really good relationship. Winamax makes something that other sites didn't do with the team pros. Like for example, this year before EPT Monte Carlo, we have a seminar. So we are all together like 3 days.
Wow.
Like like all together making like some work for poker, but also like sport activities. We make like we have some people come to us to talk and to motivate some psychological coaches and some people about other topics. So I think it's like really nice. So we are like it's like a camp for 3 days, and we make closer relationship between us. We have a really good relationship with the other members of the team, and I think that's unique compared with other sites team pros, because we know each other much better probably.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, it's important also to work and have the same goal, so it's not just individuals, of course. And I think out of the team now, maybe Davide is the one that has been around for the longest time. Is that
Yeah,
right?
David is the dean of the team. Yeah, for sure. He have been around. I don't know how much, but more than 10 years, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. That's good. If we go back a little bit, because you've been around for so long, and of course the people that've been around know a lot about you, but there's also some new players coming in. Can you just shortly say where you came from and where you started to find the interest in poker when you were young?
Yeah, I'm from Spain, Madrid, and I discovered poker when I was 16 years old, watching on the TV. But of course, I was not allowed to play underage. So, but I really fell in love with the game. So I just tried to look for every strategic video, every strategic forum in Spanish, because at the time my English wasn't so good. So I tried to find everything about poker in Spanish, but there is not many at that time. So I read all of them, and I was following all the big tournaments and dreaming about just to play an EPT one day. And then I focused too much about studying to be prepared when I was 18. And when I was 18, I was prepared and start winning from the beginning. I remember I tried to get my driving license super quick to go to the casino and play,
Yeah.
and works really fine. The first year of my career, I have a lot of success, so I won a lot and become professional,
Mm.
and then moved to London and travel the world about playing
Yeah.
cards.
Just what year were you born, Adrian?
What year? I born 1994. I'm
1994. So
28 right now.
yeah, I mean when the poker boom came around through Moneymaker, and then I mean you were only 10 years old or 9 years old
Yeah.
even. Did you know about it, or was it on TV and so on in Spain when you were even younger than 16, or did you find it first when you were 16?
No, I find it first when I was 16. I fall in love. Like I see the game, I say, "Wow, this is amazing!" And I remember I was in the summer, so I have no high school. So I watch the TV, and every day I want to watch again the new episode airing on TV. And then I remember start looking for information on my computer all day long. And they asked my fathers to buy me some poker strategy books and everything, like whatever I can read, I will read. Yeah, until today.
Or is there, because many years ago a lot of people said David Sklansky is a good one, I mean, were there any specific books that you felt like this is the one that I taught most from in the beginning?
Not a specific. I remember one that I love the most is like Gus Hansen, about talking
Yeah.
about a tournament he won hand by
Yeah,
hand.
yeah, yeah.
That one
Every hand
was like,
revealed, or something like
yeah,
that, right?
I remember that one of my first books I read, and was like, wow, super nice, because I didn't read too much back then, and like reading for me was tough, and this book I read in a few days, super excited to. I don't want to finish, and yeah, I just love it.
Yeah. Did you meet Gus? Did you talk to him? Do you know him? Did you tell him about that?
I no, I don't tell him about that, but I think I meet him a few minutes around, and we have some friends in common.
Mm.
But I don't know him too well.
No. Okay. Would you say that he is? Are there any other? Because everyone has, there were some superstars back in 2010 and so on. Were there any specific players that you looked up to and wanted to be kind of similar, or the playing style that you liked them?
No, not in specific, but I like back then. I still doing right now. When I feel someone is good or won a lot, I just try to copy them. Try to think like them,
Mm.
and try to learn. Especially when I was started, is like every winning player I see that play better than me, I just try to copy them.
Yeah, of course.
And nowadays it's still the same. When I play against good players, I try to improve from them and try to think why they do what they do. That I think is the best way to learn quick, is to copy good players.
Yeah, I think so too. When you think of it, when you were young, what was it that made you have the details that make you a good player. Of course, you're pretty smart, but are you interested in mathematics? Do you have a good stamina mentally, if you know what I mean?
Yes, I think there is a few things. Since I was a kid, I played cards with my parents and my grandparents, Spanish games, and I was so good from the beginning on all the games. I remember beating my grandparent, and he tried to to beat me, but he can't. I was so little, and I just love to play card games. And also, when I was a kid, still right now I'm super good at maths, like easy calculations and probability and stuff like that. So my brain works really quick for maths, and yeah, it was my favorite how do you say, a signature
Yeah.
in the school. When I was under 12, 14, I always want to go to maths class,
Mm.
and yeah, I have some facility with that. And also I think my brain is really good for card game, board games and stuff like that, like strategic things. I really love to play these games, and I love it because I know I'm good at it.
Yeah, yeah. But it's also interesting to see because quite a lot of players that come through and find it really exciting and they improve their quality. Was it never a problem that you sat down too much playing online poker or even live poker?
What do you mean shut down?
That you were sitting down too much. You were like not moving and not doing sports and so on.
Yeah, like when before poker, when I started with 6 years old until 18 years old, I played tennis at a high level. So I was training like every day, like 3 hours or something like that, playing like 3 4 matches every weekend. So I was really in shape. But then I dropped tennis because of poker. So at the first years of my career, 18 to 23, 24 years old, I lose all my shape. I don't do too much sport, and I weight some weight. I gained some weight, and I was not in shape. So yeah, that's because my only focus was to improve my poker skills. And but now that changed a little bit. I'm more into going to the gym, being safe, and I think that helped me a lot in the last year, and I feel really good.
Yeah.
Even now, when we finish the interview, I will go to the gym. Yeah, it's like different type of mentality, and back to doing sports. I think it's something that I really love always to do,
Mhm.
but just when I discover poker and I go 100% into it, is something that I forget. And because I always been safe for all my life, and super healthy, and when after 5 6 years not doing much, I start feeling way worse. So
Yeah.
I need to change that.
It's funny. I work a little bit with paddle, and which is
Yeah.
a Spanish sport, of course, and it's been around in Sweden for just a few years, and so many of the old former tennis players has gone over to play paddle, and it's
Yeah.
like one of the biggest sports in Spain. Do you play paddle at all?
Yeah, I love paddle. Like some of the guys I used to train and compete with now are like kinda professional paddle players or trying to be. And yeah, and also I love to play paddle. I think I enjoy more playing paddle than tennis right now, because I feel like when I play paddle I improve every day
Yeah,
because I didn't play that much. And when I play tennis, I know I play way worse than when I used to play. So it tilts me so hard. So I
yeah, yeah,
prefer to
yeah.
play paddle and chill.
No, but it's also a team sport, which is something that because to become really good in tennis, you need to be a good individual, like in poker, of course. But it's more fun to play in a pair with a friend and a little bit more.
Yeah.
It's a bit softer, yeah,
Yeah, sure. I always say the same. I think tennis helped me a lot into my poker career,
yeah,
make me uh, way stronger mentally than probably most of my opponents. So yeah, I think this is a big advantage, and it's for sure is for tennis, because tennis is super hard. Like you don't have excuses. You are one by one, and if you lose, it's because the other guy is better than you. It's no other excuse. When you are playing football, you can say, "Oh, my teammate is really bad," or "We get unlucky," or whatever. You can put a lot of excuses. But when you are tennis, it's not many excuses you can put. So
No.
it's only you and your mind, and that's all. So I think that's make me stronger mentally.
Yeah, of course, it's something that came up quite a few years ago, because the old poker player back in, before the boomers one, everyone, they just smoked and they eat and they didn't care about the body. But it's really an important factor, isn't it, Adrian, to stay in shape, to be a good poker player
Yeah.
today as well, right?
Yeah, of course. It's something that if you asked me 3 or 4 years ago, my answer will be different. But I feel like for poker, I think to play poker is not the same. Is not that important. But where I feel the difference is to put the hours of work. When I'm in shape, I can put more hours. I get tired way less, so I could make
Ah,
longer session. I can study for longer, and also my brain is mentally prepared. So yeah, I feel that way
mm.
when
Well,
I'm more
yeah.
like in shape.
What was the first, really? I mean, you started playing in Spain and the local casino. I remember was there at an EPT final or something many years ago in a big casino outside Madrid. But when was the first time you went outside Spain to play international tournament?
My first international tournament was in EPT Deauville in France.
Yeah, yeah.
I remember I just won the Estrellas Poker Tour in Madrid for 100K or something like that. So, and a few months back, I won another national tournament. So I have like okay bankroll, like I will say like 150K or something like that, and decide to play my physic. I was super excited, and I remember to bluff it all in the first level.
Really?
Works. The guy folded a crazy hand,
Tell
and
me
then
the
I
hand.
busted.
Do you remember the
I
hand?
don't remember. I remember I fight bet with 9-4 offsuit, and then you can imagine what happened after. I put it all the chips in the middle, like 300 big blinds, crazy hand. Yeah. Like when I was younger, my poker game was super aggressive. I play super aggressive, and works really well back then because people fall way too much. So yeah, I just put the pressure all the time, and it works really nice. But I was never afraid. It was my first tournament. I was so motivated. But if I have to do what I thought that was the right decision at the time, I do it. And this is something that I always do when I started competing for a lot of money and religion age, but I never feel the pressure or the or I never do a move that I regret because of pressure. If I make a mistake, if it's because I don't know, not because I feel the pressure or it's too much money or whatever. This type of things, I think I'm pretty good at it. Like the thing is, I'm so competitive, so I love the high pressure moments.
Yeah,
So yeah,
yeah, yeah.
I fucking
The
love it.
more pressure it is, the more you like
Yeah,
it, almost, right?
yeah,
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 for
yeah.
sure.
So I know, because there's players that go into maybe really high buy-in tournaments, maybe a high roller somewhere, and they have like 9 backers or something, and they feel a lot of pressure and they feel they need to fold that pair of queens just because it would look stupid if you're up against kings or aces. But then you don't think you should play the tournament, or what do you think about that?
Yeah, for sure. Like I only play tournament that I feel like I'm playing my game 100%. So yeah, if I always like many people ask me why do you play 200 euro tournament and then you play like 100K tournament. I say it's the same game. I make the same type of decision. Like I try to play my best every hand, whatever the buying of the tournament, and even if the tournament is too low, I never going to play bad on purpose. And if the tournament is too big, I won't play tighter on purpose. I just try to play as best as I can, and yeah, that's all.
Yeah, that's nice. Now, of course, building your bankroll. Have you always stayed with playing your own money? It's kind of a personal question, but or do you have you sold any shares of yourself, or kept your economy for yourself?
No, like I never been a stake. I make money and super down. So the only thing I do sometimes is selling action of the big binds. That's for sure. Yes, when I play the 1 million tournament or 300k or 250k, 100k even, I sell action for these tournaments because there is a few tournaments in the year, and if you have a bad run in this tournament, you can go broke.
Yeah.
So I think it's good to sell action for that tournaments. I have people that want to buy me action. They think that I'm a winning player in this type of tournaments. So yeah, everyone is happy. So yeah, it's better for me mentally too. When you lose a tournament, when you play a tournament, you know that you're gonna lose the money 80% of the time. That this is how poker tournament works. You only cash 15-20% of the time, and rest of the time you will lose. So you need to manage your risk with these numbers.
Yeah, of course. Has I mean, the poker has been changing a lot over the past. What is it? 10 years, more a little bit more than a decade. You've been professional. Um, what have you done to adjust your game all the time? Do you keep studying all the time because then adjusting to how the game is changing? How do you do that?
Yeah, studying like is the other way. Play a lot and study a lot. I compete with the best players in the
Yeah.
world, so playing against them is also a training
Yeah.
for
You
me.
said that before. Yeah, you're looking at the best players that you kind of like and want to play
Yeah, and
like
also
them.
I'm playing with them every day, so
Yeah.
I'm into shape, and I know how they study and they use solvers and programs and stuff like that, and I also use it. I think is the best and the easiest way to study, but also just I think it's just put the hours, put
Mm.
study hours, and also a lot of practice. I play online a lot, which I think is the best way to improve is playing online. I think when you play live, didn't improve because you play so little amount of hands, and live poker is so different because there is different situations, like people are unique. So and in live poker sometimes are like unique situations because you can see people doing some things. Life is more like maths, strategy, and to more technical. And I think to get better at poker, you need to be really technical. And then, of course, through experience, you need to make some adaptation and stuff like that. But I think you need to work in your technical game if you want to be a winning player.
Yeah, I think something that is really important to discuss, and I had an interview with Andy Black recently. He talked a lot about the exploiting. Negrano talks about it a lot. It's like finding patterns and so on, because quite a few young players they sit there with headphones and they focus just on their game. And you look very focused when you're playing a live tournament. Do you spend every second on following the game when you're playing live poker?
I try, but also I think it's impossible to be 100% focused for long session. So I was talking this with Steph Matthew. Steph Matthew is the coach of Winamax. He's really good at mentally coaching, and he told me like it's not possible to maintain the focus 100%, especially when you are playing live for 10 hours. So they told me to try to focus like 70-80% of the time when I'm not in the hand, and 100% when I am in the hand. I think this is the most one of the best advice I ever had, because
Yeah, I like
it
that.
makes sense a lot. Because if you are 100% all the time, you get tired super quick. You can play for long, and I think this is one of the best way to play poker for long, is to be focused, but not so focused when you are not in the hand. And when you are in the hand, be 100% focused. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's really good advice. Especially maybe there's a long hand between two players that you kind of know how they play. You don't need to be
Yeah.
super focused on looking at them when they're thinking for 5 minutes.
Yeah, especially in the high roller scene, I play with these guys for 10 years. Some of them
Yeah.
I play thousands of hands online, so it doesn't matter to see one more showdown or not
No.
when I know the player. When I normally put my more focus when I'm playing a main event than some of the high rollers, because I don't know the main event players. Most of them I sit at the table and I only knew a few. So I think it's more important to see the showdowns and see the tells and all this stuff in when you don't know the players than when you know already the players.
Of course. No, that's nice. What is the biggest, your biggest assets and your biggest wins online through the years? Have you had any really big scores, or you play both tournaments and cash games?
Yeah, well, I won a lot online. I don't have. I think I have over 25, 30 millions in cashes online. I'm not sure, but
Is
of
is
course,
that cash and tournaments, or is it just tournaments? No.
I I play tournaments only, yeah, online. A
Yeah.
few cash game hands, but only a few. Yeah, most of them tournaments, especially since pandemic, I play a lot. So it's 2020, last 2-3 years, I play a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I won a lot too. So yeah, it works really, really well. Yeah.
And only tournaments, huh? Is it enough tournaments out there on a daily basis for
Yeah.
you to have
Yeah.
enough game?
Yeah, I play up to 9 tables at the same time, and yeah, like I play the lowest buy, I play 200 euros or dollars. The biggest is whatever is in normally is 10k online.
Yeah.
Yeah, I play all the session between this 200 and 10k. Even a random Monday or random Tuesday, you have 9 tables of over 200 in different poker sites.
Yeah. That's good. If someone is starting playing poker now and come ask you, Adrian, what should I think of when I want to play online? Do you coach anything, or do you have any students or at all, or friends that what you want to help?
No, I used to have a lot of horses, but not anymore. That consumed me a lot of energy and a lot of time. So I don't have many now. I have a few of them, but like more as a friend thing. Many people ask me about coaching, but it's not something I'm doing right now. Maybe in the future, but right now, no. I'm too focused on my career. I travel a lot, play a lot, so I don't have too much free time. And when I have free time, I don't want to be coaching again.
Yeah.
So yeah, I enjoy. The thing is, I enjoy a lot playing, and coaching is okay, but I didn't like as much. So I prefer just to play more.
Yeah, I understand. I mean, have you checked your schedule? How many days do you play? How many live events do you play on a year? Do you know?
It's depend of the year, but I don't know. It's around 150, between 100 and 200 tournaments a year, live tournaments, which is a lot. And it's depend if you count revise or not as a separate tournament, but maybe around 200 bullets, more or less, I would say.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit less if I travel less that year. Like the last few years, I travel less because of COVID and restriction and stuff like that. But 2017, 18, I travel way too much.
Well, yeah. You must be careful there, not to be like just going like a, what do you call that, hamster wheel. You just go, and it's like.
Yeah, the thing is, like back in the day when I want to play high stakes, I can only play live because online was small. Like a special session, like Sunday session is like 5k in binds, 6k in binds, and now a Sunday session is like 50k in binds. And now on random Tuesday, like today, maybe I spend 7-8k in binds. So the thing is, online action is going so big. So for me, it's less incentivized to travel around to play higher. So I also enjoy playing live online. So I mix between live and online, and I only travel now for big stops lives.
Yeah. It's going to be really nice to go to Paris. I really look forward to it, and we're going to meet there as well. What do you do when you want to treat yourself? I mean, if you had a good run and you want some money, do you buy stuff for yourself? Do you travel? You travel anyway. What do you do when you're not playing?
I The thing I like the most is going holidays with my friends. I think I really enjoy this. And yeah, when we are, especially in the summer in Spain, when it's nice weather, I always go. I buy an apartment in Spain, so we go to the beach and have fun with some friends. This is something I love it. Also with my family and the people I love, go with them. I think is one of the experience I enjoy the most. And also play. I like to play paddle when I'm in Spain. I
Of
like
course.
to hang out with friends, family, and yeah, make some sport is something I like it.
Yeah, I've been to Madrid a couple of times, and it's really a nice city. But you don't have the sea there and so on. If you go to enjoy
Yeah,
Spain, do you go to the coast or where do you go?
yeah. In the summer, you will normally go to the coast. I like Alicante. I go to Barcelona sometimes. I go to Ibiza too. Yeah, this is normally the place I used to go. Sometimes to Andalusia, like Malaga, Marbella. Yeah, we try to know different cities and different experience with some different friends. So yeah,
Yeah,
I enjoy a lot that.
yeah. But to round it off, how long do you think, because poker is coming back? I think it's quite popular, and it's kind of, some people call it that poker is booming again. I mean, is it going to continue? Is it going to be improving? Do you think people are coming back after the pandemic to the live poker scene even more soon?
Yeah, like live poker are having such a nice numbers. All the tournaments are breaking records of assistance. So yeah, I love it. And now we are playing higher than ever too, like
Mm.
really big buy-ins tournaments. So for me, it's amazing.
Yeah,
I think tournament poker is something that is never die
yeah.
because it's such a good form to gamble and play poker. It's so much fun.
Yeah, especially if you
And I
can,
think
especially if you can have guys like I saw now recently at the PCA, a guy that qualified for $1 online, like the moneymaker story, and you win 100,000 euros, or whatever, or
yeah,
dollars.
especially if like we have like online sites are getting bigger, they move a lot of money. So if they help like live events to get qualifiers and people for few bucks, that will be amazing because everyone want to play, everyone dreaming. The tournaments are great, like people follow the dream. So I think if the online poker sites help the live tournaments, that I think is a amazing combination, and
Yeah,
we will break in records all day long. I
and you're going to continue to do this, Adrian, for the rest of your life? Do you think those terms at
think.
all?
This is a really tough question. I didn't know the answer. I don't like to think ahead too much. So right now I enjoy a lot. I feel super competitive right now. I feel that I wanna be one of the best in the world. Uh, I specialize in no limit hold'em tournaments. I have a lot of ambition right now. When if I lose this ambition and I don't want to put the hour of the time that required to be in the top, I probably will play less and chill a little bit more. But I don't know what when that coming. Maybe in a few years. I don't know. I like to think in the moment, and in the moment is I want to keep compete the best tournaments.
Very good. It's always been nice to see you play, but it's even nicer to have like a conversation with you to get to know you a little bit better, Adrian. And we look forward to meet you in Paris now in a week's time or something.
Perfect.
Yeah, and thank you very much. Maybe we can have a talk again sometime further down the road and see where you are in life.
Okay.
Okay, and maybe we can play
Okay.
paddle
Good.
sometime. Maybe we get the
Sometimes
chance.
that's a nice plan too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's very good. Okay, please stay online a little bit longer, Adrian, and we say
Okay.
thank you very much for this talk, and we'll be back soon again, and thank you for watching.
Thank you for the talk.
Yes, that was Adrián Mateos. Great to hear his story. He's 28 years old, turning 29 this year, doing great results all the time, both online and live, of course. And it's going to be great to see him in Paris just in a few days' time to see if he can make some other scores. This episode was powered by our friends at Evergame Poker and Juicy Stakes Poker. And if you liked it, hit that subscribe button, and I see you next time. Bye.